The day I saw Mama Gift cry into her cooking pot was the day I knew her food carried more than just flavor. I was 14 that year, still learning how to braid my hair without breaking the comb, still wondering why the sky turned red at sunset. But one thing I already knew: no one in Umweze village cooked like my mother, Mama Gift. People said her soups healed heartbreak. They said her jollof could make enemies share a spoon. Even babies stopped crying when they smelled her stew. I used to sit by her side every morning, fanning the fire as she stirred her pots, wondering what made her food so special. "Mama," I'd ask, "is it the pepper that makes people so happy?" She would smile, her eyes warm and secretive. "No, Amara. Happiness is not in the pepper. It's in the hands that grind it." Everyone called her Mama Gift, because truly, she had a gift. When she cooked at the market square, her stall was always surrounded by laughter. Traders forgot their quarrels, hunters from faraway villages came just to eat her yam porridge. And every evening, when the sun melted behind the palm trees, I helped her pack the empty pots, the smell of spice and smoke still clinging to our wrappers. But I always wondered about one thing: the black clay pot she never let anyone touch. It sat on a small wooden stool by the corner of her stall, covered with a faded blue cloth. She called it Enkem, mine. Whenever she wanted to prepare her special sauce, she would uncover it gently, whisper a few words, and pour something inside, something I never saw clearly. The pot would bubble quietly, as if it understood her words. That week, the village buzzed with excitement. Chief Odion, our proud and wealthy leader, was throwing a feast to celebrate his new hotel opening in the city. He wanted Mama Gift to cook for the guests. 100 people, maybe, or more. "Mama Gift," the chief said when he came to our stall, "I've tasted food all over the country. None compares to yours. I want your recipe. Name your price." The market fell silent. Everyone turned to look. Even the flies seemed to stop buzzing. Mama Gift smiled politely. "Chief, a recipe cannot be sold. It lives in the cook's heart." He laughed, showing his gold tooth. "Everything has a price, Mama Gift. Think about it. I'll return tomorrow." He left, his red cap glowing under the sun. People whispered after he was gone. Some said Mama was foolish to refuse. Others said she was wise, that you don't sell what your ancestors blessed you with. That evening, as we walked home, I asked, "Mama, why not tell him? Maybe we could be rich." She looked at me, her face calm but her eyes distant. "Riches can buy salt, my daughter, but not sweetness. You will understand one day." Our compound stood at the edge of the village, surrounded by cassava fields and old mango trees. The air always smelled of smoke and soup. After supper, Mama Gift would sit by the fire, humming songs that sounded like old stories. I'd rest my head on her lap and listen until sleep carried me away. But that night felt different. I woke up to the sound of her voice, soft, trembling. I peeped through the curtains separating our rooms. She was in the kitchen, kneeling by the black pot, whispering. The moonlight shone through the window, touching her face. Her lips moved fast, as if she was talking to someone I couldn't see. "Thank you, my love," she murmured. "Stay with me a little longer." I froze. Who was she talking to? My father had died when I was 6. Was she praying or speaking to his spirit? Before I could think more, she covered the pot and turned off the fire. The room went dark. I tiptoed back to my mat and pulled the cloth over my head, but my heart beat so loud I couldn't sleep. The next day, the whole village gathered at the market for Chief Odion's feast. Mama Gift cooked all morning, sweat shining on her forehead. I fanned the fire, added onions, pounded pepper. People passed by, praising the smell. "Ah, this one will wake the dead," an old woman laughed. But Mama Gift didn't laugh. She looked tired, distracted. Her hands trembled slightly as she stirred the black pot. After the feast, the chief returned, impressed and greedy. "Name your price now," he said again. "Your secret could make us both wealthy." Mama Gift smiled faintly. My secret is not for sale, Chief. You wouldn't want the burden that comes with it. The chief frowned. You think I fear burdens? Everything in life is for those bold enough to take it. He left angry this time. Mama Gift sighed, touching the edge of her pot like one touches a sick child. That night, I couldn't sleep again. Curiosity burned inside me. What was in that pot? Why did Mama talk to it like a person? So when I heard her door close, I crept to the kitchen. The moonlight poured in, painting silver lines on the floor. The pot sat quietly on the stool, covered with the same blue cloth. I swallowed hard and reached out. My fingers trembled as I lifted the cloth. The firewood under the stove was cold, no flame, no smoke, but the pot was bubbling softly, a faint blue glow pulsing from inside. I felt a warm breath escape it, almost like a sigh. My heart pounded. I stepped back, nearly tripping over the stool. Then I heard a whisper, faint but clear, calling my name. Amara. I froze. My hands shook so badly the cloth fell to the floor. The pot's glow flickered once, then went out, leaving only darkness. From her room, Mama Gift stirred and coughed lightly. I ran to my mat and covered myself, pretending to sleep. Moments later, she opened her door, peered into the kitchen, then whispered, "Forgive me," before covering the pot again. The next morning, she acted as if nothing had happened, but she moved slower. She smiled less. When I asked if she was fine, she said, "The fire burns low sometimes. We must learn to feed it." But as she turned away, I saw her eyes glisten, and I knew she'd been crying again. From that day, I began to watch her closely. Every night, after she thought I was asleep, she knelt before that pot, whispering words I couldn't understand. Sometimes she smiled, sometimes she sobbed. And each morning, the food she made tasted stronger, richer, but there was always a trace of sadness in every bite. One evening, a soft rain fell. I sat by the window, listening to the thunder rolling over the hills. Mama Gift was in the kitchen again. I thought about sneaking in once more, but something stopped me. A strange fear, or maybe respect. Then through the crack of the door, I saw it again, that faint blue glow, rising from the pot, though the fire was out. It flickered like a living thing, and just for a moment, I thought I saw a shadowy hand stir the soup from within. A man's hand. My father's hand.